Hi everyone. For Leo rising, the Venus Jupiter conjunction on 9th of June takes place in Cancer in your 12th house, and this is highlighting your inner world, your emotional well being, spirituality, some subconscious patterns, and parts of yourself that are usually hidden from the public view. Unlike some transits that bring visible developments and external opportunities, this one works more quietly behind the scenes. But this doesn't make it less important. In fact, for many Leo risings, this might be one of the most emotionally meaningful and healing periods of the year. So, on more practical level, the transit might express itself by maybe spending more time alone and enjoying it, having some emotional healing and greater self understanding. Maybe some of you will let go of old emotional baggage. Some of you might have vivid dreams, intuitive insights, or finding comfort through spiritual practices, meditation, yoga, tai chi, qigong, or might be feeling more compassionate towards yourself and others, as well as resolving some situations from the past. So Venus is the planet that brings harmony, comfort, and connections, while Jupiter expands awareness, wisdom, and growth. So together, these two planets in the 12th house can help you find peace with parts of yourself that you might have struggled to fully accept in the past. What makes this conjunction especially interesting is that Jupiter rules your fifth house of creativity, joy, romance, and self expression, while Venus rules your 12th house of career, reputation, and public life. So, this creates quite interesting connection between your private healing process and your outer achievements. You might discover that the more you help nurture your emotional well being, the easier it becomes to express your creativity, pursue your goals, and show up confidently in the world. So sometimes the greater breakthroughs happen not through pushing harder, but by giving yourself space to rest and reflect. So the moon, uh, rule of Cancer, and part of this conjunction becomes especially important during this period. It encourages you to pay attention to your feelings, intuition, and inner guidance rather than relying solely on logic and external validation. At the same time, Chiron in Aries, this is Chiron here, in your ninth house receives a square from this conjunction. And this is highlighting some old wounds connected to beliefs, education, maybe life direction, or search of higher meaning. You might find yourself questioning assumptions that you have held for years, or recognizing where fear has prevented you from fully trusting your own wisdom. While this might feel uncomfortable at times, it might also create opportunity for significant personal growth and healing. Meanwhile, Algol in Taurus in your 10th house forms a supportive sextile to the conjunction. Algol is one of the most powerful fixed stars and is often associated with emotions or truth that can no longer remain suppressed. And although historically this star gained difficult reputation, in modern astrology, Algol is often viewed as an energy connected to confronting deeper fears, reclaiming personal power, and facing emotional truth. So, this might bring important insights connected to your career, public role, or long term ambitions. You, you might be seeing more clearly what you truly matters to you professionally or whether your current path genuinely reflects your values. Alcohol is one of the most powerful fixed stars, and as I mentioned, is often associated with emotions or truths that can no longer remain suppressed. So, for some Leos rising, this transit might mark the beginning of quiet but profound shift in priorities. Success might start to feel less about external recognition and more about creating a life that feels emotionally meaningful and authentic. So, overall, this Venus Jupiter conjunction feels deeply reflective, healing, and spiritually enriching for Leo risings. Although much of its influence might unfold behind the scenes, as it is in the 12th house, the inner changes taking place now can have lasting impact on the years ahead. And perhaps the most important lesson of this transit is that sometimes growth does not happen through doing more. Sometimes it happens through slowing down, listening to yourself, and allowing all wounds to finally heal. The more compassion you show to yourself now, the stronger and more confident you might feel in the next when the next chapter begins. So thank you very much for spending time with me. I hope you enjoyed this information, and I would like to hear if it resonates with you.